Hey guys, I'm going to show you a couple things here. I got a new multimeter. It's new to me anyways. This is, I believe, a discontinued item, but it's practically brand new, so I just bought this one. I kind of wanted to show any of the auto techs out there, or just kind of getting into the field or whatever, and if they're thinking about getting a multimeter, the kind of things that would be handy for them. So here I have an old multimeter that I've had for I don't even know how long, probably every bit of 5 to 10 years, but I couldn't tell you definitively how long I've had it. Now these two do almost all the same stuff. This has less functionality than this one does, but this has a few things, you know, like it's got non-contact voltage, so if you're chasing wire in a house, this can see the voltage coming through. It'll read it so you can run it up and down a wall. Has a little flashlight at the front that's completely and utterly useless no matter how well your batteries are, but it's just, you know, it has one, so it's just a tiny ass little LED, filament bulb in there. But this does resistance, you know, from 20 mega to 200. You've got the tone selection to tell when you've hit contact or something like that. You've got your DC voltage here, 1.5 to 12 volts. You've got your temperature. I don't have the temperature leads anymore. I don't even know where they went, but and then you've got your this would be for AC and DC current for your amps, and so you got from 20 milliamps all the way up to 10 amps. Then you've got your AC and DC voltage from 600 up to, or I guess 200 millivolts to 600. So and that's pretty much all that this does. You can select between AC and DC so that you can use the same side panel, whereas a tool like this has both AC and DC on different sections of the dial. So this will look like it does substantially more, and it really doesn't. It's just this is a little simplified, and you select what you want it to be, AC or DC, and then you can hold that button down to get non-contact voltage. And I don't even know what this button does. I never ever used it. So this is what a basic standard run-of-the-mill multimeter will do. And then you have a kit like this. This is Matco model number MD582, and the leads that it come with. I mean, this sucker, you can tell that someone used it maybe once or twice, just by a little bit of discoloration, like minimally. There's a little bit of grease here, a little bit of dirt on that. It's got a little bit of kind of dirtiness right here, but that's it. This thing was probably pulled out maybe once, max twice. I can't imagine this was ever pulled out for more than that, but it's a really nice, little kit here. So you've got your leads just like every other multimeter does, and this off of the truck probably would have been, before I hooked those up, this probably would have been in the neighborhood of about 160 bucks through Matco. Could have been less, could have been more. I can't find this model, which is why I think that it's discontinued, but so I can't tell you even what the price point would have been. But this has, right now, it's hooked up to tone, so whenever there's a connection, so if you're looking for continuity between two things, you know, and these two are just fine, it'll give you a tone there, and then it'll also tell you the resistance between them. So, I mean, it's got less than 1 ohm worth of resistance. You've got your different settings, so this would be up to 200 ohms, 2,000, 20,000, 200,000, 2 mega or 2 million, 20 mega. And then you've got your hertz, starting getting into frequency ranges of your powers. You got voltage, so 200 millivolts, 220, 200, 1,000 volts. Now, what's cool about this tool is that on like this multimeter, I've got to be aware enough to decide which ones to plug into. The ground's always the same, but the power's going to change, either an unfused or a fused, depending on where you're going with it. So on this one, as you go through and you get into the higher, especially over here in the amps, you'll notice these ports close. So here we've got volts alternating, so 700, 222. We've got temperature now, which is where these come in. So it tells you which plugs you're going to use. Just gonna plug that in. And so far we've got 68 degrees here. Now if I touch this, it should go up. Someone is climbing right away. You can even see that, but it's, you know, I'm touching it so it says 92. And as I let go, then it goes right back down. But, so you just pull that out, and then it's going to lose contact. It's not going to know what it needs. So that's what the temperature stuff is. Not a lot of blues and those too, I'm sure of it. So here we have alternating amps, and I don't know if you notice that or not, but when I go from Fahrenheit, or at least from this side of the table, to now I'm on 2 milliamps alternating, it's going to put me at a max 200 milliamp fused channel. That's how it's going to bridge me. Then I'm going to go over here to 200 milliamps, right? So now I'm at max. So the next click, it should change. So there we go. So now I'm at 20 amps alternating current. So now I'm on a max 20 amp fused, and I can hold that. I can hit something for 30 seconds max every 15 minutes. So now we can come up here. Now we're going to be on DC amps, 20 amps DC. Now we're at 200 milliamps. Now we're back over here to 200 milliamps because now, even though we're on DC versus alternating, it's going to be the same side. And as we come back down, we're on 2 milliamps. Now we're over here on the F scale, and I've never used this, so I really don't know what this is going to be for. I'd be lying if I knew anything about that. But so anyway, so whatever these are, now it's pushing me back over to the original 2 ports. So so there we go. So that's what this kind of multimeter does, and this is what a typical multimeter is. This doesn't really do anything special or spectacular. You know, it's got a light up back. You know, it's got a nice large display. It's got a soft rubber grip. It's got a kickstand. These are all very typical. You know, this old one's got a kickstand. You know, and it's got a. If I turn this sucker on, you know, I've got my backlit. You know, but it's just not as bright. So this one is substantially nicer. You know, the green display. I really like that. And I can hold on to numbers as I'm looking for stuff. It'll hold numbers for me. So anyways, that's what we're looking at with the digital multimeters. So if you're looking for one, if you can get a hold of, I paid 55 bucks for this. Most multimeters, I don't even think you can get. You can't. Well, this probably cost me 20 to 30 all those years ago, and if you went and bought a Fluke, man, you'd have to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 100-something bucks. I'd imagine so. A Klein, I'm not sure if I've ever seen really a Klein multimeter. I bet you they make them though, because they're for electricians' tools, and they're all going to be up there. I mean, the brand new Matco ones are 165. So you know, Klein and Fluke are going to be less than that, but still, it's going to be. It should be over 100 bucks. So anyway, so that's just a quick look at this multimeter versus this multimeter, and what you're looking at, you know. So I would definitely try, and I got this off of eBay, 55 bucks. If you're an auto tech and you need a multimeter, don't pay $165 for a brand new Matco multimeter off the truck. That's silly. Go get a used one. It's probably just fine. If it's not fine, you know, eBay covers you anyways. But you know, 55 bucks, I could have bought 3 of these for the price of one with Matco. So that's silly. But anyways, thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions, let me know. If you've got something to help me learn something with, that's great. I always like learning things. I don't know everything about everything. So if I got something wrong, don't beat me up over it. Just, you know, maybe you can bring it up and be like, hey, you know, it's not that, it's this, whatever. So just don't be a dick about it. Thanks guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later.